Hi guys, it's Richard James, your coach from Lift Up, with a special edition of Booty Up that I'm recording from my living room. If you don't know, Booty Up is a legs, bums and tum class that we deliver at our facility in Worcester called Lift Up Gym. I'm going to take you through a live recording. It's really easy to follow. We use a timer called Seconds Pro, but you can just follow alongside me. I've already done our warm-up. We've got separate videos on YouTube for that, so please feel free or do watch that prior to actually doing it. We've also got a separate video for cool down as well. But live workout in my living room. Obviously the dogs are here too. I'll press play, which will give us 20 seconds to go. And in each 20 seconds, I'll just demo the next exercise, which we deliver for 40 seconds. The first round is 10 squats. The second round is 10 lunges. The third round is kind of some ground-based stuff, a little bit of tummy, a little bit of glute-based stuff as well. All right, I'm going to press go. Okay, that ding marks 20 seconds. The first one we've got is kind of like a step V. So I'll put my feet in a narrow V position, which will mean I'll be able to get really low. I'm basically stepping back and forward with each squat. So 5 seconds and I'm off. 2, 1. So as I step, I keep my narrow V and I squat with that. My knees should shoot out in line with my feet. This position really allows you to get quite a bit of depth. So try to aim to get your knees below your butt, or your bum below your knees even. And try to have your feet land in the same position each time as we step, keeping that narrow V. Our knock means there's 10 seconds to go on the clock, if you can hear that. Time, first one done. Now squatting is really important to try and get that depth, which will activate the hamstrings and glutes. And this time I'm really gonna try to use a sideways motion, step in the middle and squatting. All right, so we'll start in the middle. Ready, step out, squat, step in, out, squat. So we squat outwards each time. Find my rhythm. At home, if you haven't done this before, what I'm trying to do is use my kinesthetic awareness and awareness of my body to try and make sure I'm stepping evenly. Try and make sure I've got a good amount of depth to wake up my glutes and my hamstrings. Keep my chest high, my torso, core engaged, working through the reps. Time, lovely, 2. 8 to go. Okay, I'm going into my sumo position, which is wide, toes out. I'm going to hit a pulse in that position, all right? So, toes pointed out, knees follow the lines of my toe, chest is high, I've got an arch in my back, and I'm sinking. That should be a positive arch which lifts the chest high, kind of promoting a slight pocket in your lower back with a little lordosis. That's exactly what that means, a little pocket in your back. Natural lordosis has a little pocket. And just stay with that little pulse. You get a nice burn as you contract and release and contract and release. And I'm trying not to lean forward with it. I'm trying to keep my torso really high. Lovely. I'm going to use the wall now. I'm going to go in narrow position, holding a wall hold, the ski position. Quite a cruel pair to do back to back, that pulse and a isometric hold, which is a wall hold. Crawl yourself off, sink in, get your torso or your back just up against the wall. You're trying to at least be parallel on your legs. And just embrace it. Breathe through the wobbles. You might start to shake at this point. That's fine. It's normal. Try not to lean and take your weight off. Keep the weight in those legs. Be hard on yourself. Deep breathing. 10 seconds to go. Feeling good. Good. Okay. Shake it off. We're going to go to a kind of sideways kicking motion, firing up those glute medius. I've got a neutral position, which means I'm kind of about shoulder width apart, just letting my feet fall naturally, but ideally forward. Kick it out. Good. And as well as keeping your torso upright, your core engaged, what I'm trying to do here is make sure I'm landing evenly. You see how sometimes if I land like that and kick out, then I land like that, I've got a little bit of imbalance. So I'm trying to focus on being equal, landing in the same position, getting that bit of rhythm, ironing out those little kinks of falling, chopping my stance. Lovely, well done. Okay, first jumpy one, we're going to do pops. Okay, you can go fast on this one, but remember, we're trying to make the exercise work for us rather than working the exercise. What I mean by that is some people, 3, 2, 1, when they work the exercise, rather than making it work for them, what they do is just chop away the movements, sacrifice the technique in exchange for, I don't know, trying to cheat the exercise, speed through it. And I'll try to remain fairly true. So from sideways on, I've got some good depth. I've got a good arch in my back. Positive little pocket in your lower back. Lovely. Good. Okay. Feeling good now. Ski to toes. Narrow. Every time we come up onto our toes. So we squat in a ski position, which is where we're narrow. Sink, toes. Lovely. There we go. Right, up on those toes, a little pause. Trying to also wake up our calves. Lovely. Tiring now, which is good. We'll try and keep hold of my toes. Stay low, lift my bum. Lots of people when they squat are very quad dominant. Try and bring some focus to our hamstrings here. We'll stay squatted down, we'll hold on to our toes, then we'll stick our bum in the air, keeping hold of our toes, trying to the best of your ability to straighten those legs. You might struggle with this if you're tight or lack some flexibility. Nevertheless, probably means you should do more of it. You really feel this on the back of those legs. A great exercise. Lovely. Feeling good now. Squat round. Almost finished. We're going to go sumo position up on the third. So we go wide squat, 3 low, 1 up tall. Keep your toes down there, heels down. 1, 2, 3, squeeze your bum. 1, 2, 3, squeeze your bum. Keep that depth, be hard on yourself now. Nearly there. I've got my knees pointing out, my toes pointing out. Oh, I just missed a rep then. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Beautiful. Nearly there. So I'm going to do a turning V now. So I'll V, ski, V. Try and always keep one foot facing forward.
Ready?
Watch that foot there, stays forward. Narrow V, out. Ski, changing feet now. This foot's always forward. Good. Ski position, V position, ski position, V position. That's the one. Find the rhythm. It's your last one in the squat round. And that's a big chunk of the workout done. Legs hitting quite heavy. The sun is shining in. It's hot. Tempting to sit in the beer garden. By beer garden, of course, I mean my garden because we're in lockdown. Lovely, squat round finished. Give yourself 60 to 90 seconds, grab some water, wipe yourself down. We've got a lunge round coming up next. These are the workouts that really count when you are tempted to sit out with a cider in your garden. Other drinks are available. Really, we've got reduced activity, probably increased calories. Make sure you dedicate time to your day to work out. All right, I'm about to press the dinger for 20 seconds. Same principle this time, but we're lunging. It's a single leg work, and you'll do both sides. So I'll press the dinger for 20 seconds to go. And if you aren't ready, just pause and wait for yourself to get ready and then come back in. But otherwise, follow my time, 20 seconds and we're off again. All right, so what we've got here is a shortened stance. Okay, 1, 2, 3, like we did on the sumo, up on the third. Shortened stance, so normally I'd be out here for a lunge, but I'm short. Got a short stance. Pushing the weight through your quads a bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, I'm up. There we go, 1, 2, 3, I'm up. Good. Stay with me at home, guys. Think about that. Just that little rhythm. You should be able to get really low on this one. Kind of helps with some of the stability around your knees with this sort of angle, this sort of depth as well. Strengthening. If you struggle, just reduce the reps, but be strict to it. Time. Changing sides. Shake it off. We've got the other leg coming up now. Remember, it's a shortened stance. My chest is always high. Back heel is always off the floor.
Ready?
Ready? We're off. 2, 3, we're up. 1, 2, 3, we're up. Lovely. Push that weight through your knees. Squeeze through your legs. As with all exercise, it's important to just put your mind to the muscles you're trying to work. Core is tight. Legs are burning. Lovely. First 2 done. Lunge boxed off. Okay, we're going to go kick through now. So we'll kick, we'll land a wide lunge at the back. Try and go for a bit of depth. Keep your back heel off the floor. Just find a rhythm.
Ready?
I'll kick, then I'll land. Controlled landing. Control. Slow the movement down at the bottom. Open up that hips by making it really broad lunge back. Working through that entire range of motion of those knees and hips and ankles. Always thinking about torso is high, tummy's engaged. I'm just focusing on a little spot in the garden. Keep you balanced. Try not to lean forward with it. It's tempting and you feel the need to sometimes lean forward. Change sides. In that instance, what you do is just bring your torso upright, re-engage the core. Here we go.
Ready?
Off. Same thing again. Big, controlled lunge back. Steady kick. Deep, controlled lunge. Find that spot on the wall. Better on the wall or slightly higher than floor level, because you tend to lean down if you're looking at the floor. Bring your torso up. Lovely. We stand off to the side now, as I do a curtsy, then a lateral. See the inside of my leg is straight. When I'm curtsying, my knees are wide. Curtsy lateral. Off to the side so you can see me.
Ready?
I've got a foot behind, sink, control, look at my inside leg is straight. Straight back in. I've got both my feet facing forward. Very important to make sure we're working inside and outside of our legs. Keep those feet forward, especially as most of us are fairly quad dominant. Try. Oh, fell over. Nearly. I've got a good bit of depth on my curtsies. 2, 1. Which helps me engage. Stand off to this side now. I'll do the same that way. So I've got curtsy into lateral lunge. Curtsy into lateral lunge.
Ready?
Here we go. Depth. Both feet forward. Inside leg straight. There we go. Be stripped. I'll show you what happens if you turn your feet out. It becomes a very different lunge, which is a great exercise in itself, but what we tend to try to do in our booty up workouts is promote balance. We operate in a 3D world, so we should be able to move and work different aspects of our legs. Okay, good. Single leg wall hold, finding our space on the wall. Again. We try to make sure our hamstrings are fairly parallel to the floor. We've got a foot lifted off. Try not to rest this foot on top of that one. I find just moving it in a rhythm helps distract. I like to count when I exercise as well. Takes me away from the fact that I'm doing exercise. I've got back against the wall, hamstring is parallel to the floor, and I'm working through that shake. So I got panicky then, my foot started moving faster. I'm shaking. 10 seconds. Woo, that was a tough one. All right, change sides. Warm. There's extra heat. It's important to take on extra water. Stay hydrated. As I'm sure you all know. Shake it off, out that one. I'm off. 40 seconds. Torso against the wall. Lean forward, it's cheating. Keep your back pressed against the wall. Rhythm in your foot. You see when I struggle because the foot quickens. We use a timer called Seconds Pro. anyone wants a copy of the actual Booty Up time, let us know. We can share that link as long as you've got the app. It'll work. Woo! Lovely. Nearly there. Right, we've got figure fours now. Bit of a balance one. Hard on your legs to do last as well. One foot's going to rest. I'm going to try and go up and down. Ready? It's there. And we're in. Good. Stay balanced. Keep true to the movement. You can't rush exercises like this. Actually, the slow, controlled balance is really what gets some of those synergistic muscles working. So you'll feel your glutes firing, your core working, just as you balance. Whew, felt great. Okay, we're off. Should be the last one. Change legs. Slow and steady wins the race on this one. Figure four. Legs. Nearly there. Yeah, I've already got a bit of imbalance noticed on this side. There you go, fairly normal to feel a wobble. Obviously not. Could be from anything. Sitting differently, watching the TV. Just lack of concentration. I think it's probably an imbalance because I feel a bit of tightness. So I'll try to refocus on something on the floor. Losing it. Lovely. Okay, lunge round is finished. We've got 60 to 90 seconds rest. Then we're ground-based work. So you can grab a mat if you need a mat. But we're going to be on the floor doing bits of glutes and bits of tummy. All right, 60 seconds and we're off. Grab the water. So at this point now that the dogs tend to join me in the workout, so we're going to do, actually we're going to switch up a little bit between tummies and glutes throughout. The first one's going to be tummy based. I'll press the dinger, seconds pro for 20 seconds to go, and then we'll get going. We're going to be in a seated position with our hands down for the first one. All right, that's 20 seconds on the clock. I'm in this position, hands down, doing steady cycles. You can put your hands up if you want to, and make it a bit harder, but I'm going to go hands down, behind, keeping that position. Slow and steady wins on these cycles. All right, don't rush them. And we're off. Slow and steady and controlled. Time to get that breathing under control. Time to think about the core. That's really where we're trying to focus here. Let your hands go if you feel it's too easy. That's your 10-second count. Got to really think about that core. Quite a hip-heavy core exercise. It's important to focus on your core. Okay, we're in a kneeling position. We're simply going kicking back and then coming round. So I look back from the side, we kick back and then we circle it over. Try not to let this foot touch the floor at all. Lift, ready? Kick back, circle round. That's the one. Kick back, circle round. Lovely. I'm really thinking about my glutes now. As I'm kicking up, I'm squeezing and controlling it round. Really going to help you get some shape on those glutes. You can use a band, you can use some weights on your legs to add the resistance. Cool, now we'll change sides, work the other side. You might find that you feel that in that glute that's now resting on the floor as it fatigues. That's okay, because remember that leg is balancing whilst the other leg is kicking back. Can sometimes feel like it's your hip as well, but that's really your glute med firing. Off you go. Big kick, circle round. Focusing on those glutes, squeezing my bum here. So I kick and I squeeze. I kick and I squeeze my bum. Mind connected to those glutes. Making sure we're working there. Tummy's squeezed in at all times. Beautiful. We're going to go back to work our tummy for a one. We're going to go back to the seated position. This time we're going to do circle up. So hands are down. I'm going to circle out, lift, circle out, lift. As I'm lifting, I'm squeezing my core. Lift, circle, lift, circle. It's another one where you can remove your hands. I find I actually work my core better in isolation if I keep my hands down. I tend to engage too much of my hips if I take my hands off. See that exaggerated movement as I squeeze my core at the top there. Lovely. I'm going to go on my side now to focus on my glutes. Quite literally on my side. The top foot I'm going to point down. I'm going to turn my toes down. I'm also going to take it slightly further back to my front butt that's on the floor. So I'm basically pointing my toes at my heel that's on the floor. In that position, trying to get my toes, don't have to touch your heel, but you've got that rotated position. Kind of internal hip rotation perhaps. And I'm really trying to focus on my glute here as I lift the straight leg. Great feeling. Especially if you get it right. Change sides now. I'll reiterate those points. So my bottom leg is just resting. My top foot is slightly further behind. And then I'm going to turn my foot over. So my toes are facing the heel of the foot on the floor. Into rotation. As I squeeze, feeling that on my glutes. Slow and steady, controlled squeezes of your glutes. Lifting your leg, keeping that rotation. Lovely. I'm back in the seated position, and this time I'm going to keep my legs straight. I'm just going to do little flutters. You can release your hands if you want to, as long as it's steady, rhythmical. Ready? Core engaged. Off we go. Little flutters, feet off the floor. I'm going to take my hands off. You don't have to. Straight legs, regulated my breathing, tummy's in tight, thinking about my core. Okay, bridge position. I'm going to go wide sumo bridge. I'm going to do pulses at the top for my first set. My second set is going to be like a half and one. So pulses at the top, quite high. Try and make sure your hips, shoulders, knees are in line. Wide position, pulsing at the top. Wide position, pulsing at the top. Let's knock my glass over. But in that sumo position, I'm quite wide. I'm letting my knees go out actually and opening my hips slightly, which really gives me the ability to squeeze and release my glutes. High contraction, high, right at the top. Keep it high. Keep it high. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. That's the mission with this exercise. No flattering way of doing this on camera. Okay, so this time, same position. We're doing full range of motion, all the way down to just brush the floor, you don't have to touch it. As we come up the top, we do a squeeze, release, and all the way back down. Same position, wide, as so, all the way up, squeeze, all the way down. Controlled, squeeze, all the way down. Right up, big squeeze at the top. Like a 1.5, we call that in the gym. Trying to get more out of the contraction in that challenging part of the exercise. And I'm really squeezing my glutes at the top there. I can feel them on fire. Focus on your bum. Wide position. Okay, we've got one exercise left. It's a core. We call these toe taps. We're lying on the floor, hands by our side, tapping our feet on the floor, and then driving the hips up, getting a bit of height, getting a bit of rhythm, keeping the upper part of your body relaxed on the floor. Okay, hands by your side. Tap your toes, lift. Tap your toes, lift. Get some height, but keep your chest on the floor. I'm trying to go no further than my chest on my toe taps. And I'm trying not to come back here with it. I'm trying to go up. There we go. Loved it. Okay, well done guys. That was booty up. Lift ups, legs, buns and tongue class, 10 squat variations, 10 lunge variations, 10 groundwork based variations. Free for you at home. I attempt to keep you fit and active during lockdown. We've got plenty of other content online. What waste, kilo, and our Escalate challenge. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get free access to all that. There's a cool down video on there as well as a warm up video. Work your way through those stretches. Focus now on legs, obviously, because it's a leg workout. But well done, and I'll see you at the next workout, guys.